Hey guys, and welcome to Azul Coding. In this video I'll show you how to customize a chart in WPF. This is part 2. Be sure to check out part 1 if you haven't already, where I explain how to create your chart. But in this video I'll show you how to customize that chart and export it as an image. As always, there will be a link to all the code in the description down below. I'll be writing this in C#, but there's a VB.NET translation available if you follow the link and scroll down. Since part 1 I've added some new UI controls for what we're going to be working on today. Every application is different, so I'll just be explaining the code behind the tasks, which then can be applied to whatever application and interface you have. But first we need to add another reference to the project. To do this, click on Project in Visual Studio and then Add Reference. If we search for drawing, the reference we need to tick is system.drawing. Then click OK. And next we just need to add that into the code like so. Let's start off by adding titles to our chart. As you can see, I've added 3 text boxes, one for the main chart title and 2 for the respective axis titles. Let's add a text changed event into each of these text boxes so that when the user types in the title, it'll update on the chart automatically. Clicking on this event button in the top right, and then adding in the event handler like so. And then the same for the others. Let's look at the chart title first. Because you can have more than one chart title, we need to check if the user has emptied the text box and therefore will clear the title, and also check whether a title already exists and update that. So first we'll check if the title is empty and clear it like so. If it's not empty, we'll need to check whether one already exists. If it does, we'll add in one like so. And otherwise we'll update the one we have. Let's see if it works. So changing the title like so, as you can see it updates automatically above the chart, and if we delete the title, it gets removed from the chart and doesn't leave an empty space. Let's now add in a code to update the axis titles. Just a simple line of code that gets the respective axis and updates the title to match the text in the text box. Let's have a quick look at that in action. As that's loaded, you can already see the titles have been added. Let's make a quick change to each of them. So now we've got the titles working, let's change the chart's colour scheme. This is the drop-down I've got in place, and I've added some of the colour schemes available to us. We can now add a selection changed event handler as before, and this will be triggered every time the user updates the value in the drop-down menu. Let's add in a switch statement to check which option has been selected by the user. So the first option is the default bright pastel colour scheme. And then it's berry, pastel, grayscale and semi-transparent. Let's run that and see how it works. If I first add in some more data and then change it to a pie chart, you should be able to see the different colours when I change colour scheme. Let's move on to adding value labels onto our chart. This is a fairly simple task to get done. All we need to do is add in a click event handler onto the checkbox, and then add in a line of code like so. Let's see how the labels look for different chart types. If I tick this box, you can see it's added the number 3 above the bar here, but that's quite difficult to see with the grid line behind, so let's add a background colour to that label and make it easier to see. Let's go to the initialization function and add in a line of code to set the background colour to white. You may have also noticed that the font is a bit small, especially on that value label, so let's also change the font for the value label, and we do that like so. We can make it consistent and change the font for the other elements of the chart, such as the titles and axis labels, and not forgetting the chart title, which gets added in the event handler down here. Let's make that bold as well. If we run the application now, all those changes will come into effect. There we are, that looks much better. If I add in some more data and change it to a pie chart again, you can see that when I tick this checkbox, the textual labels for each data point have been replaced by their values. Now that we have customized our chart, let's save it as an image file. We first need to add a click event handler to this export button here. Now let's create a bitmap to draw the chart to, followed by a system.drawing.rectangle, which defines the bounds for the chart, so it essentially knows the size of the chart. And then we use the drawToBitmap function to simply draw the chart to a given bitmap object, which we can easily save using the save function, and I'll just add it into the pictures folder using environment.special folder like so. And finally a message box just to say that it's been exported. Let's try it out. So clicking on Export. And there we are, the chart has now been exported to a PNG image. If you're looking for an example app with a chart functionality like this, and countless other features, I've created a suite of WPF desktop apps that are all open source. Check out the link in the description to find out more. All of the code to parts 1 and 2 is available on my website, so be sure to follow the link in the description below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe for more content still to come. Why not check out these videos on the channel as well? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.